What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I'd ask please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rage Rants TV. This is how we do. Rage and Rebels make some noise. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe, y'all. James Harden returned to the Rockets. Preseason basketball season just a few days away. Let's talk about it. Now we all know the saga going on with James Harden. He claims he don't want to be here. Y'all already know how I feel about it, but let me go ahead. Let me address the Houston Rockets preseason, and then I'm gonna address James Harden again. Preseason, the team looks good. It looks really good. I'm liking this 5-out ball we can play with. I'm really liking it, even though they've only played for a game. I'm really liking the dynamic of Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins. Man, I'm really liking that 4 and 5 combination right there. I'm loving what I'm seeing from John Wall. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the team altogether. I'm even liking the way James Harden's going to play. I'm even liking the way James Harden's playing. You know, James Harden's going to be James Harden. And I look forward to a very good season. Now, having said all that, now that we said all that, got all that out the way, Houston Rockets look good in the preseason. Let's see if it continues in the regular season. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's address the James Harden situation. Now y'all know I'm a big fan of James Harden. I want James Harden to be here, but I'm gonna call it like I see it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as I can on this channel because I feel it's not fair to the fans that watch this and will watch this going forward. I feel it's not fair for me to just give a biased opinion. So I'm gonna give an unbiased opinion because if I'm gonna give somebody praise, I gotta give them constructive criticism and vice versa as well. Here's my thoughts on the James Harden situation. James Harden, you are acting like an absolute child and a diva. I'm going to just come out and say it. I respect your game. I really do. I believe that you are a franchise player. I do believe that you are a top 10 player in this league when you want to be. Now, with that being said, don't act like you're trying to treat the Rockets like they have done absolutely nothing to help you win. You act like you're LeBron in the Cleveland situation where they've traded away all your best players, got you back to bare minimum, and say, well, you're LeBron, go be great for us. That's not the case. We've gotten you. The Houston Rockets have gotten you superstar after superstar. They've put in all kind of shooters around you. They've given you, to be honest with you, I'm gonna just come out and say it, they've given you way too much power. And now you've used it all up, and now you want everyone to feel sorry for you, like, oh, well, it's just bad here. James Harden, you had everything to do with the Houston Rockets being in that situation to do just as much as the GM and the owner do. Okay, so let me go ahead. Let's just be honest. Go ahead and stop. Go ahead and stop with the excuses. The Rockets have done everything in their power to help put you in a position to win. They've went as far as to get you another MVP to play with, and it lasted one season. Because you want to be, I will never understand someone that wants to be the man of everything, but yet don't want to take any of the blame. That's part of being a man, James. Part of being a man is if you're gonna get the credit for being the hero when things are gonna go right, you're gonna get the blame when things go wrong. James, you are literally the only constant of the Houston Rockets since 2012 that has to do with that organization that is not a fan. So yes, that has everything. You are the only, literally from the GM to the owner. Look at the only person that has been a Houston Rockets since 2012 on that team, on that staff, in that front office. James Harden. The only one. But yet it's the Rockets' fault you couldn't get over the hump, right? So it's the Rockets' fault you choked in the playoffs against San Antonio when you got your shot blocked by Manu Ginobili on the game-winning shot. And that game 6 you had, I forget which year it was, that game 6 in the playoffs you had at home and you just completely checked out? What about the 27 missed threes against Golden State? That's the Houston Rockets front office fault too? What about the very next year in 2019 when KD went down and you still couldn't beat the Warriors with Chris Paul? That's the front office fault too? They did absolutely nothing to help you win? James Harden, the Rockets have literally handed you everything that you have ever asked for on a silver platter, and you couldn't get it done, but yet it's their fault. I think it's time to save face, James. This is your fault. Honestly, and I'm going to come out and say something too that nobody wants to say. Honestly, James Harden, whether you go to Brooklyn, Philly, or stay here in Houston, these next 2 seasons, are going to determine whether you win a championship or not. Your championship window is within these next 2 seasons. You have the next 2 seasons to prove that you can be a champion, that you can be the best player on the championship team, because after that, you're done. The Rockets have given you every single opportunity and every single chance to be successful. Every single one of them. Giving you all kind of money. They literally throw money at you. Any player that you have asked for, they have went and got you. Yet every other player that they went and got you, every other coach that you wouldn't ask for, you claim you didn't want Steven Silas. You claim you didn't want Steven Silas, you wanted Ty Lue, but you won't even give Steven Silas a chance to prove if he can coach in this league or not. When he can clearly do that. I can see the difference in the offense now. I know it's just preseason, but I can see the difference in the offense now. Yet they're still not good enough. Come on, man. You a grown man, dog. It's time for you to step up. When are you going to step up and take some onus? It's not like you've been playing by yourself. They've given you excellent role players. Dudes like Gerald Green, who should be making more money than what he's making, is taking pay cuts each and every year just to not only play in Houston, but play with you. And yet it's still not good enough. James, you need to look in the mirror, bro. And you really need to reevaluate some stuff. As the old folks would say, you need to look in the mirror and have you a real cup of coffee. Because you are absolutely delusional thinking that the Rockets have done absolutely nothing to help you win. You are just as much to blame as not having any draft picks or whatever problems you want to come up with. You are just as much to blame for the Rockets' failures as the GM, as anyone in the front office, and anybody else on that team. Now, what are you going to do to change that? Are you going to be the top 10 player that goes to the top 5 player that becomes a champion? Or are you going to sit there and whine and moan and whine and complain? I'm trying not to cuss. You're going to sit there and whine and complain. Yeah. Go to Brooklyn and go to Philly and still not win a championship. And then blame everyone else there too. Yeah, I said it. What you going to do, James? You going to step up? You going to grow some balls? Or you going to tuck them between your legs and walk away? What you going to do? Sorry I had to rant for a little bit, y'all. That's my video for today. I apologize for that rant on James Harden. I know the video ran a little bit longer than what y'all probably liked. My name is Rage King. I'm out. I'll be back later on with more videos, more commentary, more good content. Now, hashtag that enough said. It'll always be Go Rockets.